welcome to another episode of Opinions with Olayemi and Friends. Of course, good day to you all. My name is Olayemi Akonde. This show is about my friend and I, and then today I have with me Alfred, I have with me Dolapo, and I have Yinka Omilani. Let me complete his name. Yinka has a film. I mean, he's a producer. He produced the film Just Before I Do. And your hair has to swear. Your has to swear. Right. So watch out for his films, this one and the ones he's going to make in the future. Okay, today we're talking about something very, very simple. How do you spot when someone is lying? Very simple, right? There is a thought that said, school of thought that says that everybody lies at one point or the other. So that means somebody must have lied to you in the past. How did you spot, or how do you spot when someone is lying to you? That's what we're talking about today. So Yinka, what do you want? Can you start off?
Why did you call me?
Okay, sorry. Alfred.
Okay, lying actually, like you said, is in all of us. Some at a point in time, you might need to cover up something. Some call it white lie. You might need to cover up for someone or for something, so you might tend to lie. And one thing about lying, you will need another lie to make it consistent, to cover up the previous lie. And spotting a liar sometimes can be an instinct. Not everybody has it. Some people, they will still lie to them. Even when they spot the lie later on, they will still lie to them and keep lying to them. For me, spotting a liar, I listen. When I meet you for the first time, I listen to what you're saying. So if you're not a good liar, I will spot you immediately anyway. And I have this thing in me, if you are lying, even if you are good at it, something in me will just be telling me, this person is lying. Yeah. He's just lying.
What is that thing in you?
Okay.
In the Holy Spirit.
Let me just give you an example. I interviewed two persons for an opening. The first one said, I have done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done. I was just looking at him. I wanted to shake my head, but no, so that it doesn't feel bad. So when he was done telling me what he has done, what he can do, I just asked, can you do so and so? He was like, eh? Because I spotted him right away that he's a liar. Though not from what he said, because if I should go by what he said, I wouldn't have spotted him. Because he came calculating what he was going to say anyway. It's an interview, so he has prepared himself for it. But I just have this thing in me that tells me this person must be lying. So what I will do is throw things at you that will be maybe since it has to do with work, some incident that has to do with crisis situation, how you will get around it. Let me see. I've had to put someone that told me that he's good with MySQL in front of a MySQL log. What is this? He was.
Whoa! We say not this version.
Whoa! It's 2003 version.
So you can imagine. Whoa. Sometimes it's basically what the person said. And one thing about most liars, they are not consistent. There's also the point where you get to catch them when you speak to them later. At that point in time, you might not catch them, but there are some good liars too. They are always consistent with their lies. It has to take maybe someone they have lied to before in the past to tell you this guy is lying. I have seen someone, he told me that he was going to help me out with something. I never knew she was just lying. I was so sure that, man, I'm going to get this thing. Only for someone to tell me, don't listen to her. That's how she told me that her brother plays in Manchester United. That was how I expected that she was lying. So there are some people, they are good at lying.
Alfred, keep on lying.
It's like you are lying.
It's like he's lying.
See, no, some people, they are good at lying. They are good at lying. You need someone else to help you spot them because they've, experienced their lying before. So for such persons, you might not know.
Okay.
And most liars that you will detect easily are those ones that talk a lot.
Yeah.
People who talk a lot, if they lie, you will know.
But what of people who don't talk a lot?
Well, because they don't talk a lot.
Talk a lot.
So when they tell you a lie, you tend to suck it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what Alfred said, once, there's something about lie that you always have this feeling that maybe this party is not believing what I'm saying. You just want. So when I ask a simple question, and I discover that you keep on talking, buttressing me with point, then I'll keep on wondering, why do you need to buttress so much? There's something to convince me. Like, can't you just say, like, is it true? This is this. Maybe I'll ask you. So, I called you at 7. You didn't pick your call. Where were you? You know? Oh, I was at this place. Simple. I was at this place with this person. You know that my friend, that's my friend I told you about. In fact, he told me last week that, Oga, you've answered the question. You are at this place. So, the moment you start saying this, I'll just say, okay, no, I won't say anything. Trust me. I'll give you like 2 weeks. Then I'll come back again.
To the same question.
That Tuesday that I called you, I really wanted to tell you something. I called you and I didn't pick. What I was working for. When you told me that you were with Yinka, you now turn it off. So when someone talks too much, giving me too much points to portray something, I know the person most time is lying. Or ask you a question, you deflate. Like, why did you do this thing? Why are you always complaining? You know, I'm asking, why did you do this thing? You're saying, why am I always complaining? Because probably you need time to figure out.
Calculate the line.
That's what I'm going to say. You know, it came to you like impromptu.
Exactly.
So you know what? Once you just deflate, I will just know. I don't want to hear what you want to say after because I know what you want to say after. I will just not believe what you're saying. So exactly, I'll just keep quiet. Say, you know what? Don't worry, it's okay. There's no problem. Don't worry, we'll come back to it. So sometimes that's how I get to know. Or I ask you a question and you first, you know, like, well, actually, as a matter of fact. Okay. What is the matter of fact? Yeah, just go ahead.
Some people are not really. Let me say they are upcoming liars. Like if you are really met with good liars, all these things we're talking about, just pray you don't fall into their trap. They will sell you.
They're always calculating.
It's a calculative lie, so they know. Okay, let me give you a very good instance. During the time of WNTV. My father told me, when you rehearse and you are going on air, it's not like they will record it, then they will play it. You'll be, just as you're doing it, it's going to be live. And it is the person that rehearsed last that must come on set. So they've rehearsed, the producer has seen the actors, for them to go on set, and they were looking for this guy. And then my father couldn't go and tell the man and say, hey, there's no point. They will just cancel the production for the day. My father started crying. My mother joined, and they were asking them what happened. Said, the man that acted that part, they just told us this one. Everybody just came in that he died, that he had an accident. And the producer said, you will not cry. You want them to recollect your problem. And they were all crying. The producer said, normally the producer would have said, okay, no, there's nothing we can say. Okay, do you have anybody that can play? They said, yes, we have. And they put somebody, and they prepped the person. And as they were about to do action, the guy that died just popped up.
Oh goodness.
And everybody ran.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
And my father to run. My mother, everybody ran. Acting started now. Then the brother said, but I thought you get. And the guy too understood what was something. No, it was my Taiwo. I'm twin. That was a constructed lie. Nobody knew. They produced the
It was his Taiwo.
And everything
It was Kende that died.
So, you know, there are some lies that
I need to drink water.
you have to really think about it because you know this is my saving grace. There's nothing I can do. But you know when people, the best way I know when people are lying is when I'm talking to you and if you're a Muslim, you keep on saying wallahi. I will just you don't need to prove yourself to me. If you're a Christian, you're telling me I'm a child of God. You don't need to tell me that. It is the work of God that proves to me whether you're a child of God. I can't even listen. I won't even listen to you.
Or things that you know I don't.
You are
my brother.
You are my person. I will
It's not like you're not a baby.
I don't. So it's easy. And when you start looking at such people, you see the way they blink. You will know this guy. The way the throat goes up and down. You are trying to cook something. So you know they are lying. I'm not a good liar because I talk too much. So if I try to lie, I will write it somewhere. I will take it. This thing has to be.
Because you might forget. That's to be consistent.
It has to be consistent, and it's not a good life. So there's no point. So when I see people that lie, I will like, Pico, you want to use me? I know.
Me, I know.
The people that lie too much are the people, your mechanic, your electricians. You will know. Your tailor. You will know. Where are you? I am on my way. I am on my way.
I'm very close to your house.
My boss will say, where? On my way. Where? On your way. I'm at Onipan. Where in Onipan?
How many minutes? will
Don't
it
come
take
and
you?
tell me I am on my way. So it's not easy to read this side, people, to know people that lie. But if you've lied before, you
Over
too can.
time.
You know your guys. You know that.
You know your guy.
Don't come and Google me. I did there. So that's how to. You will know.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Well, what I do, like we were talking before about how to sport, I'll briefly digress to that side before I now talk of how I react. My mom used to tell me something, you know, all the time, all these pranks that we play during adolescence day. You know me, there's this lesson I want to go to. They say, where there's that express road, where, and there's who is your give me the phone number and all that. And my mom will look at me and say, you are lying. And I'll be like, this woman must be a witch. How do you know? And because she's a medical practitioner, she will tell me, Dolapo, this place is beating so fast. You are lying. I said, is that your own? He said, that's our own way. And it has worked for all our life. Even when my dad is telling the lie, he said, Bayo, oh God, you are lying. Oh. You better tell the truth now before we leave here. He said, okay, I genuine, you know, that kind of a thing. So that I decide to, anytime I'm meeting someone for the first time, or I'm seeing you face to face, I'm asking you a question, and you're like stuttering or stammering, and I look here and like, one day, you know, that kind of a thing. So how do I react? I just say, okay, don't worry, I just push you aside and defend myself, like build a wall of Jericho around myself, like I don't want this person to hurt me, and I don't deal with you anymore. I just push you aside, like it's not worth it.
Interesting. You know that when we were growing up, maybe because my dad, I don't know how it was when he was younger, but you know. So every time we were doing something, he would just pretend like he doesn't even know what is going on. The day we catch you, you're just wondering, how did he know? And he was always beating us when we like when we were in primary school. Of course, parents would tell you, "We are going to read your books and all that." We will watch TV. When we just hear Papa dance, go carry book. Start reading primary school. When you're young, primary school, you just come. First they say, you come upstairs with his driver carrying, "My children are reading." He kept on saying that. He used to say, "Yes, we are reading." That was when they came. He kept saying, "My children are reading."
Fantastic.
The guy was like, "Yes." No, I'm in one car, we go. Oh, we won't carry. The guy was wondering, "Yes, sir, we won't carry." Then my carry. I said,
We are reading.
"Why won't carry?" He went back on the TV. He told him, she be like, and he beat us. And what he used to tell us then was, he's not beating us because of what happened. He's beating us because we lied to him. And this is the way he says that, and that's just what I've come to. I mean, it's now built in me. It tells us that before you lie to someone, you must have evaluated his or her own IQ in your head, and you must have told yourself that if I say this person will believe me. So for you to say this thing, tell this lie and expect that I'll believe you, you must think that my IQ is so low. Do you understand that? He's feeling insulted. Like you're insulting him. So you think that if you told me this, like what do you take me for? I'm more intelligent than this. Than for you to tell me this kind of lie. And that is why he beats us. It's not because of what you did though. And then he tells us that there is nothing he wants to do now really that is new. What do you want to start doing? So he already sees the next step before you. So now, when someone tells me a lie, I'm just angry. Like, do you think I can't take the truth? I can take the truth. Tell me the truth. I'm going to take it. But when you tell me a lie, I feel worse than if you had told me the real thing as compared to you now lying. Except, of course, if I didn't discover. But most times before I even ask you a question, a lot of times I already know the answer. I probably just want to find out what you're going to say. And then when you go ahead and tell me stories that touch, I'm just pissed. Then you keep wondering, why are you angry? I said, because you're lying. Okay, I'm sorry. I said, no, that's not the point. Are you saying I'm not intelligent? Then you just waltz in and tell me that you were somewhere when I know you are elsewhere. For God's sake, I heard this, and I'll tell you, I'll show it to you that you're lying. You know what? Just tell me what it is. Let me know I'm dealing with the real thing. If I want to be angry, let me be angry. But don't tell me something and deep inside you are laughing and you feel like, I've told her this thing. Well, so once you lie to me once, everything that you say afterwards, there's just a comma, like, okay, I've heard you, like, I can hear you now, Abi. I've heard you now, Abi. Why are you not doing? What did I do now? I say, I've heard you.
To bring that
you understand?
trust back again.
That's, I feel insulted.
If I find out somebody is lying, No, I'll just be looking at it. The truth is, I've gotten my, okay. I asked the guy to get me flash drive. He got to Computer Village, he sent me a message that the flash drive is for 5,000. I said, okay. I called another person. The guy said 2,200. I said, give me 5. He saw me and said, are you still buying the flash drive? I said, don't bother. I can never send him to buy something from me again. There's no point. I won't fight with you. I found out that my mechanic was playing hanky-panky game. I changed to another mechanic. Bro said, what do I want? Yeah, what do I want? No, it's, if you lie to me and I really confront you, I must really like you. You must be someone I really, really like, and you keep hurting me if I don't. So if it's, bye-bye. We're not doing business again. There's no problem. But if I confront you, I really like you, and I'll just tell you, I don't like what you don't need to lie. Just tell me the way it is. And
Interesting. What's your take?
For me, it's dependent on the grievousness of the lie. How grievous
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
because
You're right.
I won't be shouting at you if it's just something small. That will dictate my response. Okay, for an instance in my office where the guy that's supposed to fix our computers was supposed to fix the computer. He took it out and said there were some faults, this, that. In fact, the things he called, right at the spot, I knew he was lying. I felt like laughing. Though the money is not going to come from my pocket. But I felt like laughing. I just, finished with him, came back to my office. I told my colleagues, and we started laughing. That's how I reacted to that incident. But something like, I ask you a simple question for, maybe I'm hoping to get something from you, get a task done from you. Maybe you're my subordinate. You're supposed to do something for me. And instead of coming straight to me to tell me that I can't, or you're telling me, just give me 1 hour. You will see me now. Or something like, I'm just close to you. I'm seeing you now. You're the one wearing red shirt. People do that. When I discover you are lying to me, I can shout on you when I see you. Because I don't expect you to tell me this when it's that. Some of these persons, they are good at it, that it might even coincide with what is actually happening at that point in time. I've seen someone lying on phone saying that, I can see you now, I'm seeing you. If I was the one and I see you, maybe just like an incident of you call someone, maybe someone that's owing you money, some good sum of money. Now you call the person, I'm Siko. If you know where my state of health right now, you will even pity me. You would ask me not to pay that money. And you are just close to the person, watching the person. Seriously, I'll make sure you see me. I'll tell you that money, you will pay it immediately. I will be very angry. So it depends on the kind of lie. Some, I will just laugh over it. I will just ignore it. And secondly, it depends on the person too. If you have been lying consistently to me,
I'm used to it.
I'm used to you. So there is no amount of lie you will tell.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. It's you. It's just you. I have a colleague. He said, I will just write you off. I know you. This is what you can do. So that's it.
Okay, let's talk about the aspect whereby your spouse lied to you. Like, how are you going to react? I mean, this is meant to be someone.
There are lies and there are lies.
Well, any kind of lies.
No. You don't categorize. It is only God that categorizes all lies as lies.
Okay, how do you react to which one? Like, if it is.
You tell me I'm going to Kemi's house. You go to cinema to go and watch a movie. I will just tell you are stupid. Why would you? It's a different lie. Like, you will not tell me we are married. I'm a virgin. I will now meet you. You're not a virgin. It's not there was no marriage. You've lied.
So that's very cardinal.
No. Even if I eventually forgive you being a Christian, I can't. The love cannot. There's no point. I did not force you to talk. Why would you talk? Why would you say rubbish when it is not? So do you understand? Or you tell me we go marry and somebody strolls in and say you are his mother. That one, that day you are leaving my house. There's nobody can say. So that's what I said. lies they have stages. There are some lies that you just call her and talk to her brain in your life. And there are some immediately times just say wherever you are, just from there be going to your father's house. No stories. So
there's a guy, we had a very serious relationship, and he told me that he finished from this particular school. I said fine. He didn't say he finished. Okay. Oh, you miss which school did you attend? Which school? I went to like that.
I went
to went to do jam again. Why are you so concerned about doing jam? The certificate you have, why don't you start using it? Because he was doing his business, then he said when he took a picture. That's when he said he didn't finish. Said, okay, wait. You didn't finish. Actually, he even did just OND one. I said, okay, wait. But you told me I told you I went there. I did not tell you I finished.
I just went
now,
there.
There are some lies that just say I'm sorry. Then you see some people they will lie. Then they will start defending that lie. They start making you feel it is your fault for not getting the real information.
That, like what you just said, that kind of is redeemable. Okay, you didn't go to school. Now you have to go to school.
But now he's defending it.
But you don't need to defend it.
I didn't tell you I finished.
You don't need to defend it.
Okay, so once I meet you now,
I should be asking for your certificate.
So did you finish? Did you?
No, you asked. Can I see your NYSC? If it is part time, can I see your exclusion of that? So that kind of lie it's so stupid that trust is in bits. If you lie, small lie, your trust with me can just be like a fraction, just drop. But when that lie is that in that magnitude, the trust drops, and it will be hard. It's just like a man that his wife caught cheating on her, and you keep telling her that you go to vigil every day. That trust is ruined. Before you can end that trust, and that is my problem. I don't want to fall into that category. I don't want to go for opinion with Olayemi, and I tell my wife, and she say, "Oh, are you sure?"
The last time you went
was somewhere. So I would rather not go to that length. Because it drops. I used to tell when I see guys, they say they kill his wife because she's cheating. Say, I don't have a problem with it. I used to tell my wife, if I cheat, do whatever you like, just not let me know. The day I know, there's nobody, general overseer of Redeemed Christian Church of God cannot talk to me. You are going. You're going. Because I can't cope. There's no way. All this one I say, forgive and forget. I will forgive. I cannot forget. So just go.
To see her every time.
Of course,
So how can I want to manage? So if I will not do that to you, please don't do it. Don't do it. So it's all those kind of stuff. You should know the length at which you can cope with people that lie. So that kind of lie, I cannot. There's no way.
Interesting. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Alfred. Thank you so much, Dolakbo, and of course, thank you so much, Yinka. And of course, this brings us to the end of today's episode of Opinions with Olayemi. My name is Olayemi Akonde. Do drop your comments after watching this video, and this show will return same time next week with another beautiful topic. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.